Last time on the constant Chronicle Chaos thing, Chasnoff the Great collected a crew composed of his great-grandson Bernie, Case Pachimin, Captain Eminem, and a guy named John, in hopes of injecting a little chaos into the recently restarted competition for great crystal power. And now, the constant Chronicle continues.
You have at least an hour to kill.
Is there anyone else at the bar?
Only like 2 other people. Like as far as bars go, this seems to be a very low occupancy. Like it's the middle of the day. Like this seems like it would be happy hour at any other bar that you would go to. And there's only 2 people here, and they're not really They're drinking water and talking to each other at a side table. So it's not like a really bar atmosphere as far as bars go. From where you guys are from.
It's not a club.
So I walk up to them with my cool new shade.
Perfect.
And that's it. I just look at them.
Yeah, roll me diplomacy to see how that goes. Sometimes it works.
I just stand there and yeah.
That's like, they're not mad that you're there, but they're not trying to talk to you. They're not looking at you. Like, you can tell they're like trying to ignore the fact that you're standing there like really close to their table. They keep talking. They're not shooing you away or being mean, but they're just like trying very hard to not look your way.
Alright, I turn around and go back to the room. It makes it easier. I've been just doing too much goofy shit, so.
And has everybody spent some money on drinks?
Yeah, I spent enough for
10. Well,
I'm just pounding them.
that's fine. What is your Constitution modifier?
Oh, I thought you said it was like 10 to get drunk.
Well, they are watered down, but what's your Constitution modifier?
+2.
So you are drunk, but they are watered down beers, so you're not like pass out, barf in the toilet drunk. You're just kind of buzzed. Probably more. If you drank 10, that's probably a lot more than anybody else drink, unless Case with Chimin. You let me know. You drink a lot too.
I'm going 1 for 1.
Oh yeah, so you guys are keeping up with each other, probably. The 2 of you are probably the drunkest of your crew at this point, is what I'm assuming.
I'm just watching silently.
Yeah, you and Bernie though. I bet Bernie, being a gnome, has drank some.
He has.
Also 10.
I'm gonna roll for that.
Okay.
He drank 5.
All right, so 2.5 gold worth of drinks, and you're less buzzed than them, but you're still going okay. You're hanging out at this bar. You got an hour to kill. If you don't do anything else, you guys just get kind of buzzed, and then you can like stumble back to the Tinkerer shop to see if Chasnoff is done meditating. In the meantime, in the past hour, Chasnoff, roll for initiative.
13.
I got 11, so you get initiative. So while you're meditating, a wraith appears in Bernie's shop. You have initiative, and it's just you right now. And I'll say the group was going to come in 6 rounds into this fight. They might show up. Maybe give me Knowledge Arcana.
14 plus whatever it would have been.
So yeah, pretty high. Due to your dealing with magic and you're dealing with wraiths before, you know that wraiths are very weak to sunlight, and you're in Southport, which is a town blinded by light. If you like throw open the front door to this shop, that might be enough to let enough light in to scare this thing away, at least temporarily.
No, I book it. The front door.
It's gonna buy you time, but you know you probably need to get out of here soon. Like you're like panic busting open the door to get rid of the wraith, and it like hisses when the sunlight hits it and like evaporates. And like you're like busting open the front door, and like as you do, you see the group walking back towards the shop.
I rush everybody towards me. I'll be like, we have to do 2 things. Obviously, being chased, I need to go back home. So I'm gonna bring you to Kay's Island, and then I gotta go back to my retirement village. I'll just open up the Tinkerer's door. Before we leave, Bernie, grab everything you want to get from Bernieville.
So go ahead and fill up your survival pack with all the stuff you did at the beginning of the game.
He snags all of his extra stuff,
Yep.
and he walks back out, and Chasnoff opens up the door to the island that we were on with Kay.
So you want to take them back to Pontvede or Oestra? You want to take them back to Oestra where the old Spacimen mansion was?
Yes, but not to the...
Not Harlock's. No. Not Harlock's place, the old...
Not to the mansion itself, to the town.
But Oestra, not Pontvede, place where you found Kay, not the place where Harlock is living, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you'll take them to Oestra. You want to shove them through the door and then use your last couple of points to take yourself back home?
Yeah, so I'm going to shove them forward, and then when I get there, Any
last words for them? Goodbye message before you do it.
I'm going to need help with Netflix.
They don't understand that, but maybe they will in the future.
While I'm sliding out the door again towards my actual apartment, I slip my ring off, and it lands upon Bernie's feet.
You want to toss a ring at him and hope he gets the idea it's for him. It's a gift. You're opening 2 different doors. You open one door, and you shove it through, and you open a second door for yourself, and then you throw the ring to Bernie. And then you go through your door.
Right, throwing rings at other people.
Yeah. Chasnoff vanishes. All four of you are together. Bernie picks up the ring, and then all of you are now back in Oestra, a very technologically advanced town. Electronics and mechanical doors, robots and shit. It's the sci-fi part of fantasy world. You guys are in future world. So yeah, you guys are all there now. For many of you, you probably haven't seen anything like this before. Besides Kay, probably. This is very technologically advanced and strange. A fairly large city and fairly crowded, congested, because everything's kind of like crushed together. Kay, you have a home here, but no one else knows what to do or where to go or anything, so you probably want to lead the bunch at this point. Now that Chasnoff is gone.
Is anyone else freaked out that we teleported 3 or 4 times? I've never done that.
That's very rare, and yeah, you guys did a whole bunch in one day now.
Bernie will look at everybody else and be like, that's my grandfather.
Do you want to, maybe regale them with some tales as you guys travel back to the Spachiman household? I'm going to share some Chasnoff stories.
While we take the walk towards the Spachiman household, I'll spend time weaving tall tales of my great-grandfather being 16 feet high and hand-to-hand fighting
giants. These are very fractured fairy tales. If anyone listens to the original adventure that we played, it'll be like exaggerated versions of those tales. So it'll be as if Chasnoff wrote them very favorably to himself. So if nothing else, you guys might hear some other names from the previous iteration of this game. You'll hear some legends. So you guys will hear some tales of heroes past as you guys finally approach Kay Spachiman's mansion. Kay, you have a security card to get you guys in, so if you want to just bleep bloop that and go inside.
My J watch on me.
Boop, boop. Yeah.
And pops open.
What seems to you like magic, although it's a technological device that opens the door for him on his wrist. So either way, it still seems impressive. And you guys are welcome to this very, very large house with many rooms, although many of the rooms seem to be locked by some sort of security measure. You guys are elsewhere welcomed to the living room, the dining room, the halls. A couple of the bedrooms are open, so you guys have a headquarters now to stay in. It looks like a lot of the rooms are cut off from you right now, unless you find a way to get into them. But otherwise, you guys have a place to stay. There's food storage here. They have refrigeration, so food keeps here longer. They have all the modern advances and technologies you would want or need.
Do they have a basement?
I'll roll for basement. They do have a basement. I rolled it high enough that there is a basement. So if you want to go downstairs, they got 4 dishwashers. One of the dishwashers is in the basement next to the laundry machine.
You don't know what those are.
You don't, but you can sleep next to the washing machine and dishwasher if you would like. In the basement, it's much darker down there. You have electric lights here, but although your family's rich, you are alone in your family now, so you don't pay a lot of your bills. So you don't want to use too much light. One of your bills too much. There's taxes to pay and stuff like that. So you don't want to do too much here.
I assume it's fucking Grey Gardens. It's run down.
It's definitely dilapidated. Hasn't had a lot of maintenance in a while. Like I said, you live alone and you're not... While your family used to be rich, you're the last member of your family besides your great uncle, and you're not very rich. You haven't worked a whole lot. You're like a tinker, you're an alchemist. You don't make a whole lot of money. So yeah, this is definitely like a mansion scraping by on the wealth of your inheritance more than anything else.
Do we know what our plan is yet?
What was this mission? You just said...
What are we doing?
You just scared the shit out of me. You said mission. Took me an eye patch, and now I like the basement, but what's going on?
I don't know what... I know we're on a mission. I don't know what it is yet.
If it's a mission of chaos, then there shouldn't be an immediate end game.
Yeah, basically, we go fuck shit up.
What do you mean chaos?
We can do whatever the fuck we want.
We're the chaos
Well, I
people.
do that anyway. Why do I have to have you?
No, so we're trying to find the chaos egg. There's the evil egg, the good egg, and the chaos egg, I believe.
Hey, there's eggs.
Eggs.
I
could go for some eggs.
I like eggs, sure.
I would say priority would hopefully find our own egg first.
Like, we're making an omelet, or?
No, it's basically where we all came from.
It releases chaos into the world, which is
They're like a metaphorical egg.
No, it's a literal egg.
Like the yolk is an enigma. Egg.
So I think that's our first.
Makes no sense, but it's fine.
Like I said, I feel like we should probably try and find the chaos egg first. And
You guys have past knowledge of this, world at large and these powers that be.
Well, they don't. Their other characters do, but these new characters don't. Everyone should roll knowledge history to know what you know, based on what Chasnoff told you and Harlock told you, and what else you might have heard.
What I remember, and that's
This is history? I got a 10.
Joe, I got a 24.
I got a 15. I still don't know dick.
Yeah. You know the same as any average person in the world would know about this, which is not much.
You don't know about the chaos egg?
So the knowledge history is 16.
Kay might know more than Bernie, but they both know more than the other two of you. So as far as eggs go, maybe Chasnoff didn't do a great job explaining.
Not at all.
But also, yeah, there is a game, there are eggs, there's something going on, so maybe everything you said sounds right to you guys. It's probably not right, but it sounds right to you, and that's all that matters, I guess. You think it's right, so you kind of have to roll with it, because you said it. Although as a DM, I know you're kind of wrong. Just enough of it adds up that I have to roll with it. So yeah, you can think that all you like.
Knowing that, travel to Pond B to talk to Harlock again. Figure out what the actual fuck is going on.
You're in a nearby city, and you know that Harlock is an oracle. Maybe he could have better information. Is that what you're assuming? You just recently reconnected with him.
Yeah, the fact that he was around when the end times were originally coming about, and he can see shit. Maybe he's probably our best bet.
Maybe the gnomes confused you. Maybe you need to go find a human to explain it better. Is that what you think?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm totally down with that.
Sure.
For the time being, you guys have a mansion to sleep in for the night. If you guys want to stay here, explore, look at the various rooms and stuff. Yeah, it's
I
big.
think we should rest up. Does anybody need any shopping or anything while we're in a city?
Can I detect magic in the mansion?
Yeah, you'll detect low-level magic, but it's the kind of technomancy that's like magic plus technology. You'll sense it in the outlets and the wires and the...
Okay.
There's
Just
something magical
sexy-
about this, yeah.
Just sexy magic.
It's not like gnome magic. It's not like elven magic. It's definitely human magic.
Yeah, I think we should rest up, supply up.
What are we supplying up for?
Well, we gotta
The future.
hike it to Oestra. No more. I don't think we're gonna be teleporting anywhere anytime soon.
Good, it hurts.
No more door travel.
Yeah, now that Chasnoff's gone, you gotta walk places and shit.
I take off my wig and merkin and throw them on the ground in disgust.
I still have no idea where I'm at. It's like, I'm just-
It's very fair to be disoriented. You were just snatched up from your life into like several different cities all at once that you've never been to.
And Bernie will be like, "You're in a fucking mansion. Great, come on."
Yeah, no, that's just awesome. But
Yeah.
I mean, geographically,
You can roll a knowledge geography if you want to know where you are in the world. If, like, given the knowledge that Kay has given you, you might have said a city name or something. So if you are educated, you can roll knowledge geography to see where you are. If you've bought maps, I don't know if anybody bought maps for the game, you can also use
We
those.
haven't yet.
I'll just wait, buy a map. We can do that right now if we wanted. Or you go to sleep.
Yeah, or anyone that has knowledge geography can tell you where you are, if they, especially if you're from here. So, like, Kay, if you wanted to tell everybody where you are, like, in relation to other things, you can.
You're kind of in the western side of the continent.
Of Linya.
We're towards the west. We would be like in like Kansas.
Your intelligence is above 10. You probably know, you've gotten the basic knowledge of, like, what this country is. We didn't know a lot, but it's the most powerful country in the world, so you've probably heard of it.
I will say it's been a long day. Let's eat
Shots
and
on
rest.
sure.
And in the morning we can gear up, buy a group map, and head out.
Where are we going?
Going to Palm Beach, which is, I believe, northwest of us.
Correct. Ish. I think it's northeast of you, but you have to go, like, you have to go east and then west to get there. You have to go around some stuff.
That's cool northeast in that, though. What kind of city? What are we doing?
We're going to, like, it's basically a sister city to Oestra. There's lots of, it's a rocket town. But yeah, that's where my great-grandfather lives. We need to go talk to him. I'll take like a 10 on our travels there to, like, try and explain the concept of
You guys will stay up all night. I'll go ahead and assume that Case Chimin has wine in the house, although maybe not be very much a very good wine, since your riches have sort of dwindled over the years. You guys will be able to stay up and drink all night and talk about technology and stuff, at least to the point where your new allies can understand technology.
While Chairman's talking about space and stuff, I'll make dancing lights to make everything like visually prettier than it would be otherwise.
And also, just cut down the electricity bill, because they do charge you for that in the city. So anytime that Kay doesn't have to cut on the lights because you have magic, saves Kay some money. So that also helps out. You're already saving Kay money, which Kay can spend on alcohol, which will even out.
Yeah, it's definitely fantasy Costco box wine.
Alright, you guys drink box wine and get to know each other. Since you guys are having the time to sit around all night and describe yourselves and stuff, we'll go in a circle. We'll start with Case with Shimon. At the end of the night, what do you want everyone to know about yourself?
Yeah, down and dirty, alchemist, whatever, 5'8", redhead. My great-grandfather was a famous, rich, I guess you would call it astronaut / oracle. I guess he married, even I've forgotten, 4 or 5 wives. Notable was Fancy, but they all died. Actually haunted. I am playing his great-granddaughter, so the family riches have been dwindling, you could say.
I would definitely say whatever you have GP right now is like what you have to pay your expenses next month.
So Bernie is the great-grandson
in quotation marks.
Chasnoff of the Door. Gnomes don't really have the familiar ties that a lot of other races do. However, he does actually have blood, and you can tell that by the passing down of the mongoose, which is how familiar ties are kept in the Bernstein family, which is why he has Wilson the mongoose, which is related to Rufus the mongoose. He is basically like a magic. Grew up listening to his grandfather's stories of art thievery and such, and stuck with him. Arcane trickster. That's pretty much the gist of his background.
Of Bernie. Captain Eminem.
I'm a rat person. I'm gray, 3.5 feet tall or so. Got red eyes, and I've got like a 3-cornered hat on. Like I'm trying to look like a pirate, but really not doing a great job of it. Very much a wannabe pirate, and I've been a rat catcher in the sewers, a rat whisperer. So I wouldn't kill them. I would just pile them on and then call them my crew, and then drop them.
Take them outside of town.
Take them outside of town.
Let them go.
I also have a bunch of like feathers and random and actual shit. Also, like just kind of magic in my fur. Yeah, even though I've lived in the sewers, I'm actually very good at language because I've been listening to people through the storm drains and that kind of thing my whole life. So I've heard a lot of different kinds of languages. I'm pretty intelligent, but I'm kind of weak. Even though, like, I have the sword and the buckler, but I'm still not the best fighter. I'm pretty skittish. He has a stutter.
And then we have just John.
John, 50-year-old bald man. He's about 5 feet tall with a pretty big beer belly. Does not know his parents. He was raised on the street with his rat friend. So the wild child archetype of brawler. So not necessarily like a fighter, aggressive boy, but just someone that fights.
Also because of his like living in the street and drunkenness, he can just like take a punch. I feel like, and
and
also like his detachment from reality makes him like not. He did like he doesn't care.
Pet rat. He doesn't see it as a pet. He thinks he has a divine connection with an enlightened rat folk. He has a name for it, but honestly doesn't ever like remember.
The name changes.
Sometimes it's like a professor. Other times it's like a
but no matter what, he thinks this rat, which is just a really big rat, a rat about the size of a chihuahua, he thinks it's at bare minimum a person and at bare maximum a god. Like he, on some level, reveres this rat, at least on the same level as himself. At least he at least sees it as human, right?
Correct.
Like bare minimum.
Yeah.
Takes his advice as a well-trusted friend.
His advice, but he'll like hear a couple squeaks and stuff, but he will definitely interpret that and
he doesn't speak Sylvan, so he doesn't understand what the rat's actually saying. He's just guessing what the rat's saying. He's just making his own interpretations. So he's really kind of just listening to himself and using the rat as like an excuse to do what he wants, sort of. The rat's a conduit for him to give an excuse for his behavior, basically. Which has basically been drunk and brawling your whole life until now. Once you've met these new friends, you guys all share stories. I feel like you guys bonded through the night. You got to know each other better. You have a place to stay, so you've got a home base until you figure out what it is whatever the hell you're doing. Because you guys definitely weren't given very much instruction from Chasnoff. You don't know why you were thrust together, what you're supposed to be doing, where you're supposed to be going. Okay, you live here, so you're just, keeping an eye on your friends, being a good host. But the three of them are probably wandering around, opening cabinets, pushing buttons and stuff like that. You might tell them to not turn the lights on too much and stuff, because you try to conserve electricity, because that shit gets expensive from the city.
Oh, yeah.
So, and a lot of this, like I said, your place is kind of run down and derelict. Your spider webs, it's not well maintained. Not all the appliances work 100%. So a lot of the stuff's locked up. It was updated as time went on, so it has had upgrades. It was an old house with upgrades rather than a newly built house, and then hasn't been upgraded as much since a lot of your family passed away and Harlock moved on to Pont Vide.
While we're hanging out in the mansion, can I cast detect magic?
It's tricky. It's faint, and a lot of it you think is blended in with this technology stuff. It's techno-magic, technomancy. There's magic, but there's also some sort of like crafty building element in this, so that probably is what makes you even more interested. So far, the coolest thing to do is probably the electric lights and stuff. That's really neat. You know, it's like a magic light spell. It just goes on and on. The automatic doors are fun. It's like a magic open spell, and the doors is open, but they open for everyone. It's like the open spell works for whoever.
I'm just gonna go to a light fixture and turn it off and on and try to figure out how it works.
Knowledge engineering, craft professions tinkerer. You can roll that one also.
19 plus 6 is
25. Yeah, 20 with a 25. You can get an understanding. This is a pretty simple mechanical device. The switch is on off. It's sending some sort of electric current up to this sphere in the ceiling. It is lighting and delighting. It's kind of like a magic light spell. So you can understand there's some sort of inner workings to this. Still impressive, but something you could possibly recreate if you knew the inner workings of it. If you dismantled it, you could understand it. But I mean, if you wanted to disable device it, you could take it apart and look at it, and then...
Can I use that knowledge on like how electricity works with this disabled device?
Yeah, I think already in your mind you get that there's a electricity or a spark or some kind of magic coming from this spot to that spot.
Okay.
You don't know if it comes from somewhere else before that or not. You would take disable device to learn all that.
Yeah, no, I'll do that.
As you guys kind of all gather in this living room type area, probably. It's one of the bigger gathering rooms. A great place for you guys to sit. It's a big seating area.
I want to roll perception to see if I see him doing that. 20, not natural.
Eminem and John kind of wandering around poking things. Bernie, when you walk in, you see he's over there fucking with a light switch and he's got tools out and he's about to take it apart when you look over there.
And I will yell like, hey, fucking leave that shit alone. Stop touching. No touch.
Alright, no touchy. Only see. I got it.
Do you back off the light panel, Bernie, and just wait to learn about it later? Maybe like wait till people start talking and then try to sleight of hand it?
Yeah.
Alright, so let's wait for people to start talking. You all gather in the same room now. Bernie's still kind of like leaning on something like a table near the light switch, like kind of near one of the big paintings of one of your relatives. Bernie, whenever you think they're distracted enough, let me know, and then you can roll your sleight of hand and try to do this again then, or stealth, whichever one you need to do.
I think they're distracted enough, and like I rolled a 22.
Alright, so immediately, before they even form words, this is they look at each other and are about to form words, so everyone needs to roll perception check. If anyone beats a 22, they'll be able to see that happening.
I don't.
Yeah, I got a 23. He's just saying, hey, he said don't touch that.
Alright, you loud him out.
I'll scream again. Touch with your eyes, not with your hands. Leave it alone.
They're distracting. I look around for anything within arm's reach that I could try to pocket.
Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty fancy old mansion. Like I said, a lot of it's covered in dust and not well cared for, but this stuff is obviously worth something because it's a wealthy family. Kay probably doesn't think it's worth anything because it's like old shit in her house. But you could probably get a couple gold off of something like old candelabras or silverware from the kitchen.
Right.
Or like, yeah, you're in the living room now, so maybe like a candelabra or like a little like figurine or something. You want to grab a tchotchke of some kind.
Alright.
A little Dutch boy holding a duck.
Like a Hummel.
A fantasy Hummel, so we'll call it a fummel.
Hummel. Alright.
A fummel figurine.
I'll try to do that while they're worried about the light switch.
Alright, anybody who wants to catch Niminem swiping this thing off the table, roll perception check.
17.
So yeah, you'll spot that. You'll see this little rat guy try. So you got a fucking gnome fucking with your light switch. Your new rat friend's trying to steal your fucking shit from your house. If I know anything about Bernie's gonna, as soon as you get distracted by this rat folk, he's gonna try fucking with that light switch again. So right now you need to go deal with this rat trying to steal your shit.
The fuck did I say? Touch with your eyes, and I'm gonna start like scooting all of them out of the fucking house. Like, get the fuck
Put him towards the foyer. Let's try intimidation check for you there, Kay, to see how intimidating you are. Since they do outnumber you and there's a big rat. Not just a rat folk, but just a large chihuahua-sized rat.
7.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys are not, like, just this lady's trying to get you out of her house, but you guys are sitting on the couch and fucking with shit, so unless Kay wants to try to physically remove you guys with force, it doesn't sound like you guys need to be intimidated unless you want to.
We're gonna intimidate like a motherfucker.
You got Nim fucking with your tchotchkes, and you got Bernie fucking with your light switch. Who's the more pressing problem?
I'm gonna cast disguise self on myself and make myself 1 foot taller, fatter, so I'm gonna look a lot bigger than all of them.
You're gonna beef up.
I want to run a perception check on.
You can, but
I'm gonna cast disguise self on myself.
Kay change size and shape, even without rolling. You'll just see that, because it's happening right in front of you. There's no way you could miss that. But if you want to do detect magic or something to know that it's magic and not real, that'd be the thing. Well, detect magic's automatic. It just happens. But then after that, you roll knowledge arcana to understand it if you want. But you can certainly detect magic immediately. If you focus longer, you can learn more about it, but since we're just doing this in one round, you probably want to roll Knowledge Arcana just to know immediately. Save yourself some trouble.
20. I got a 28 on Disguise.
Maybe it's an illusion. Maybe you're suspicious an illusion, but you're not sure. Like, they got bigger, you would need to either... It could be, transmutation. Maybe they cast Enlarged Self. You definitely know it's magic, you're not sure which without testing it. Roll another intimidation check now that you're bigger to see if it actually affects them.
10 now.
So slightly better. Somehow still not very intimidating to you three guys, because she just got bigger and hasn't done anything yet, I guess. This has been like 12 seconds, so at this point, I would say, Captain Niminem, if you still want to keep putting that thing in your pocket, if, like, her doing this hasn't swayed you, you can just, like, slowly put that thing, even though you know she sees you, just put it in your pocket, if you just feel like that's what you want to do. And also, Bernie, that goes for you as well. If you just want to keep fucking with that light switch...
Alright, so, like, I'm gonna, rub...
Why didn't I do it large person?
I'm gonna rub the ring on my finger, and I'm gonna go and, just touch all the doorknobs on all the doors in this house. I'm giving up on life.
So you just walk away and start touching doors.
I realize what's going on, and I'm gonna, to pretend I wasn't, fucking with the light switch at all.
There are key card slots, and the doors are like Star Trek doors, like they open in the middle automatically if you have access. There's no doorknobs to grab per se. You still can touch the doors themselves, which would accomplish the same thing.
I'm gonna essentially touch all of the key cards.
Okay, roll perception check to see all this stuff happening.
18 plus 5, so 23.
Captain Nimnim, the rat folk, is still swiping that thing you told them to just look at with their eyes. And that Bernie is walking away, and as he's walking away, he's just running his hands down your walls and touching on you don't know why, it just seems weird. He's not fucking with your light switch anymore, so maybe he's not your biggest problem anymore, unless he gets so far away you can't see what he's doing and you're worried he's fucking around someone else in your house. But right now, he's only like 6 seconds away, so he's just walking down the hallway touching doors.
I'm gonna fucking run after Nimimim. Then yeah, I'm gonna fucking just walk up and be like, hold my hand out and be like...
You're illusory large hand, so it looks like you have a very big hand. 80% of it's really there. As long as Nimnim drops right in the palm, you could probably pull this off.
I feel like this is like trying to fucking put a bunch of kittens in a fucking box.
Alright, now you're like, come on guys, you're doing like a bro. So Diplo instead of Intimidation.
So that's a 17.
Honestly, better than your Intimidation was. It's like, definitely switch techniques. Hand out is asking for the thing back. It's still up to you whether you decide to do that or not, Nim.
I'll trade you.
Shrewd businessman. That sounds like a diplomacy on your part, though, just to see if Kay wants to tolerate your bullshit.
Okay. 22.
Oh, really high.
Alright, I'll make a deal with you. Give me my shit back and I won't whoop your ass.
That's Intimidation. You switch tactics back again.
16.
It's not great, but it's not bad. More intimidating than before, maybe because they're closer, and she seems to be getting really upset. And John, you're here watching this. Bernie's wandered farther off now. Bernie's at least 18 seconds away, which could be as much as 90 feet or so at this point.
The rat comes up and squeaks to John. John says, hey, my rat wants the trinket, and I'm gonna do a real dirty trick maneuver.
And the funny thing is, your rat probably just wants food. But you think the rat wants this thing now. You're like, oh, the rat walked up while this is happening. I want to get this thing for my rat friend. This seems like a really good gift. Obviously, everybody wants this thing. I think you're just getting the vibe that this thing's very important because right now, everyone in this room wants this item. So obviously, it's a very important item. You need this for your rat friend, your little tiny rat friend, not the rat folk. What's his name right now? I know his name changes very often, but...
Archduke Ferdinand.
You want this thing. So how does this maneuver work?
My rat is plus 6 bonus to combat maneuver.
This isn't even a sleight of hand steal. This is a straight up this is like a gropey steal. This is definitely like I fell into you and then like, this isn't sleight. This is like definitely this guy's hands are gonna be all over you for a second.
Trying to like pull my forehead back and like slap.
He's like, you put that thing in your pocket and he's like, look over there, and then sticks his hand in your pocket, like, and you feel his hand in your pocket. It's
oh no, I'm not being smooth at all. I'm just like...
Smooth for John. Like in the range, you think you're being a thief right now.
Brawler thing, so I got plus 11 to that.
Oh, damn.
So that's still only a 16. I rolled low.
So yeah, that's one higher than your D. So that B got your D.
You got my D.
Yep. Yeah, he snatches it right out of your pocket. So yeah, you see him taking it. Probably everyone sees him take it, since everyone has a base 10 perception.
Can I try to get John's rat to attack him? I just wanted to bite his hands, because it's like, bite his hand with the hope that he drops. I get a plus 11 to rat, so that's pretty good.
Use that, and I'll also include the fact that you're speaking its language. So that'll be an extra
19.
Convince this rat to attack this John guy right in the hand. I mean, John is a warrior, so maybe you're just not good at biting John.
It feels conflicting.
Do bite in the general direction. How much of a miss was it?
Only off by one.
Oh, so it was a near miss. So it nipped at you, which for John, I mean, that's as much as you read that how you want as John, because everything this rat does, you read very much into it. What's your?
Give it to the rat.
Oh, you go, okay. Hand the rat the thing. The rat wants it. Yeah, you got it for the rat anyway, so now the rat has the thing. I mean, it's not food or anything. The rat wants food, not this thing. So you think the rat would just look at the thing and be like,
A little nibble out of it.
yeah, he tries to bite it.
Then discard.
So the rat tries to bite the thing and then like scoots it away.
Y'all are starting to piss me off. I pull out a bomb and throw it at all three of them.
In your own home.
Yes, I don't fucking care.
No wonder your home's so fucking derelict. Everything within 5 feet is going to take some damage. I have the splash radius, I believe, for your bomb, right?
Whoever's got the fucking my shit, that's gonna be the center.
That's going to affect because all you guys are sitting together. That's going to affect the rat, Archduke Ferdinand. It's going to affect John and Nim Nim and all your furniture. It's even a charred that chachi. It's a ceramic, so it's not going to like, but it's going to definitely have like burn marks on it after this.
Who's got the tchotchke?
The rat had it, but now it's just on the ground near the rat. This might definitely damage your couch, 2 of your couches, 1 table, this tchotchke, and 2 of your house guests.
I'm gonna aim for the tchotchke, which means everyone will basically automatically get splash damage.
Yeah, everyone's in the radius.
You all automatically, since I hit the area, you all take just splash damage, which is 6 points of damage.
If you guys, I'll let you, because you might have seen this coming, I'll let you guys roll a reflex save for half. What's your dex total, okay?
My dex is 17.
If you roll a reflex save higher than 17, you can take half of that.
What if we tie?
I rolled that.
Tie can be half. I'm a nice DM, and that's just enough for this kind of thing.
Wait, 13. Oh, that's really good. I got a 23.
All right, so all of you will take half. You're like dive behind the couch. You see Kay throwing this bomb. You all jump. The statue, the table, the chairs can't do that. They all take full damage, but you guys can all take half from the burst. What was the total damage?
You take 3 damage would be half.
Okay, so 6 was total, so 3 half. You take 3 damage just from like flaming embers and shit, like burning and being near fire and stuff. Minor damage to yourself, like you touched a stove or something, kind of burns.
And I'll scream, "Get the fuck away from my shit!"
All right, that's problems dealt with. Meanwhile, Bernie, you've gotten farther. You're not like wandering down hallways and shit. You can go upstairs, downstairs. You've like run to this mansion. You've gotten farther away from. You hear an explosion. You just keep walking around touching doors, or do you? Now that you've gotten farther away, in or out of sight, there are more light switches. You can always just fuck with a different light switch now that no one can see you. You touched 3 more doors already, so you've got 3 doors in this house stored in this ring for whatever you could finally use it. But also, if you want to fuck with a light switch, you can.
I'm gonna walk towards the group.
Oh, you turn around. You come back.
Yeah, I'm coming back.
All right.
And
So you can only be about a third or about halfway back at this point in time, unless you run.
I'll
So you like walk around to the doors, then you like run back. So you're gonna be like catching your breath as you re-enter this living room.
be out of breath and be like, we gotta go.
All of a sudden, Barney's in a hurry to leave.
I've pulled my sword out. I'm pissed.
Someone just to throw a bomb at you makes sense.
Follow you anywhere? Who's a fucking fumble? Who's a fumble?
Our plan was to go fuck shit up, not steal from me. Let's get the fuck out of my house.
All right, do you want to smother the little couch fires really quick before you leave? That way your house isn't burned down while you're gone. I'll allow it. Even with the base 10, you just put them all out really quick. I mean, this is a pretty technologically advanced city. You can go grab your fire extinguisher. It's only got 1 use, so now you have to buy another one. But right now you can use this to put out the fires, or you can try to smother it some other way.
I can't breathe water.
You just sploosh everything. So maybe just some mold damage later, but otherwise, at least a gallon of water just came down in this area and put all the fires out.
His character's just like fucking nuts.
If you get the fuck out of my house, I will cure you. Like, let's go on our goddamn mission, goddamn sticky-fingered bastards. Fuck out of my house.
I guess that's either intimidation or diplomacy, depending how you feel, if that was kind or mean. You sticky-fingered bastards. Feels more like intimidation to me, but...
Or...
We have a mission to fucking do, like quitting.
That sounds maybe less mean because you're a gnome and just really excited about leaving. You can try diplomacy, see if it goes any better.
I will want 25.
The gnome, you're not mad at the gnome. Kay, you think is a dick. Fuck this Kay person. I don't like Kay. You might even like keep your sword out and you'll remember that you don't like this person. But the little gnome person, which you think seems funny and friendly and was fucking with that light switch, maybe you think that guy is hilarious. Who knows? Gnomes, generally, people seem to like them for some reason. They don't seem threatening. He's not trying to be bigger than you and yelling at you about stealing things. Maybe you can get down with leaving and still being mad with Kay because of that, but it's still your call because, like I said, this isn't magic. It's just diplomacy.
I keep my sword pointed at Kay, Can I walk over, like, I'm assuming he's, like, over by the door.
He's near that light switch he started at, so he's not near the door, but he's on the other side of the room, but you can still be by his side.
I'll back out of the door, holding my sword, and be like, I like this one. You. And then just out the door.
I've got a bomb in hand.
To be fair, John is not used to the trappings of homes and probably likes it more outdoors. So he's probably ready to leave. Sleeping inside was weird. You kept waking up because there wasn't enough noise.
I have my sunglasses on now.
That's fair. And it's daytime. So you guys walk around town. Captain Nimon looks cool as shit in those wraparound shades.
I'm still walking backwards. Like,
Keep an eye on Kay, sword drawn, next to Bernie. But you guys are all in like a loose group at least, heading through town. Very technologically advanced town, lots of buildings and machines and electric horses, which are like motorcycles. Like shit's going on. This is a pretty advanced city and there's lots of people. Maybe not as great as it was in its heyday, but still, for a lot of you from other parts of the world, human technology is pretty impressive. So you guys walk around, see all the cool buildings, all the cool shit, lights, neon lights and stuff. Make it outside the city. You guys can either leave through the port, which is the worst idea. You guys can leave out of the east side. That's fine. That's the direction you're going is sort of northeast, and Kay knows that. Kay knows where Pont Vide is. You're from this area, so I want to make you roll. Now, there's been a new road built to Cranagris, and there's a road from Cranagris that leads to Pont Vide, but that's kind of a longer journey, but possibly safer because it's on a road. Or you guys can head north along the shore, near the swamps. There's no road, might be a little more dangerous, or through the woods. Through the woods you can avoid the swamps, but still might have some worldly dangers out there. Kay, you're the one that has more local knowledge, so it's probably to you to... I don't know if anyone wants to listen to you at this point, but it's up to you to probably make the call if somebody else wants to roll stuff about this place.
I rolled a nat 20 on knowledge nature in the area.
You'll know the swamp is probably very dangerous because of, just gnome. Also, probably from your Chasnoff's tales, along with your knowledge of nature. You know the swamps in West Linear are dangerous. You know the forests are full of ghouls. You know the mountains are treacherous and full of horrible beasts. You would definitely know the roads are the safest way to travel, even though it might take longer, unless you guys get a vehicle or a horse or something, which are available in this very technological town for some money. It might take a while, but the road is the safest way for sure. You know that. If you want, I'm going to roll a percentage chance for what happens, and if on the road, I have to roll really high for something to happen. If you guys go the other ways, it's faster. I'll roll less times, but it's more likely something will happen on the way there.
I was going to say let's go for the forest, even though...
That's medium difficulty. Not as difficult as the swamp, but Bernie can know that.
I just remember the roads being slightly fucked. The swamp was fucked. I said we go through the forest. If I remember correctly, it was a more direct route.
The forest is the more direct. You're the most local. You definitely know that. The forest is the most direct route. If you're trying to go straight line, through the forest is the best way.
It might
be... shortcut.
Yeah.
But, like I said, medium level danger. So, like, 50% chance something bad happens.
Yeah. The worst case scenario, I do vaguely remember there were some fucking ethereal shit that my grandpa told me.
Specters, ghouls, and stuff. There's definitely an area known for hauntings and zombies and stuff. That's probably, if you go through the woods, you're from here, you know that's the thing you can either warn everybody or not. But in your mind, Kay, you know you're going to be passing through sort of ghoul territory. Although, since Cersei's taken over, that has lessened because most of the zombies and undead are now sort of kept and controlled and used by Cranagris.
I would say our best bet, let's not take the safe way, let's not take the long way, let's not take the hard way. Let's go middle of the ground. I say we take the forest.
The most direct route with this medium hardness. I like it. I did roll 90% though, so you are going to have something happen on the way, but it's the medium route, so it's not going to be something really hard. So there is a pack of ghouls. Sort of like zombies, but a little more grotesque with sharp teeth. Starved, emaciated frames. They're the unloved of the undead. Here on West Linya, a lot of the undead are cared for by the Church of Urgathoa. If you have loved ones that die, they can preserve their bodies in cold storage if you're rich, or in one of their zoos or factories. They can be used as labor. Like they use the undead, and they're kind of sort of kept alive. But they can also, if you can control the undead, be used to do labor. Used to, you can have zoos. You can visit your dead relatives, and they can like grunt at you and stuff. There's a lot of ancestor worship in this part of the world. It's a big thing. It's a big industry. But these ghouls are like zombies that have been abandoned. They have no loved ones. They're not well kempt. They somehow have escaped. They have like here they have like ranch land for zombies in West Linya, so where the zombies are kept behind fences. These ones have escaped, and they're starving and they're disgusting. They're not well loved, well cared for. Obviously, their family didn't pay the upkeep fees to maintain their dead bodies. So in the woods ahead of you are 7 of these ghoulish creatures. And let's roll for initiative to see if you guys see them first or they see you first. I got a 20 not natural.
I got 15.
I rolled a 13.
I got a 13 and my rat has a 21.
I had a natural 1.
Yeah, yours gonna go last. The rat sees these things. The rat can be the first one to react.
I think the rat's just gonna hold the action.
Stop. And that's also, at least for John, that might be enough of, like, for John, like, even though the rat might not realize it, the rat stops because he's afraid. Even if nothing else, that's going to give a message to John later, once it comes around to John's turn. But then it's the ghouls' turn, because since they were the next one in that list, and they saw you guys. So now these 7 ghouls are coming you guys' way. So they were about 60 feet away, and they travel about 30 feet. They're not rushing. They're still, like, doing the ghoul walk. They haven't got close enough to, like, see how tasty you guys might be yet. So they're just, like, slightly interested. So now they're about 30 feet away from you guys after their turn. So yeah, they haven't attacked you yet, but they are definitely, meandering your way. After the ghouls comes Case Pachimin.
Walk up 10 feet so I get in 20-foot range.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to hit the dead center one with a bomb.
About half of them will be in range, so out of 7, we'll say that's 3. You can hit 3 of them if you can splash that one.
Okay, so the dead center one, 21 to hit on touch AC.
That'll happen.
The one that got hit is going to take 9 damage, and then the other 2 will take 6 damage.
Nice. Case Pachimin with the bombs every time. After Kay, looks like it's Bernie and then John. So Bernie.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot my crossbow at the closest motherfucker.
I mean, there's 7 of them, but you see, like, there's one that got blown up a lot, 2 that got blown up a little, and then several behind them. So you want to shoot one of the 3 in the front?
I want to shoot towards the
like maybe the weakest one?
Yeah, the one in the front.
All right, I got you.
Like total 22.
That's a hit.
Jesus Christ! And it's 1d6 of damage, which is 6.
Ooh, yeah, you take that one down. That one's dead. Headshot. Kill. After Bernie is John. There's some trees in the way and stuff and some low brush, but yeah, they're about 30 feet away, triangulating on your position now. You guys are walking together and they're coming towards you.
Can I just kind of like try to duck behind like some of those shrubs in between us and just ready in action?
Yeah, you can roll a stealth check to hide, and then tell me what action you want to ready, like if-then statement.
I'm not stealthing. Yeah, I only rolled a 4, so it's a 6.
Yeah, I rolled 11 perception, so even though they're not very good at it, you just ducked. So it was, they still know where you were a second ago, so I don't think you've totally fooled them yet. But you do want to ready an action while you're back there behind that bush?
Yeah, so now I'm kind of like maybe like 15 feet out from like the rest of the party or something.
Okay. If 15 feet's how you feel, then I'm down.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like ready an attack action whenever like we kind of get...
Like a melee attack, so if they get within melee range?
Yeah.
Alright, so if someone comes up to you, you will punch them.
Ready an action for my rat to do a dirty trick maneuver. Gonna have him like try to pull on his like the tangle, but
go for it.
Okay. Well, yeah, that one's ready too when it gets in.
If it comes near you, is it? So you're saying your rat's hanging out near you, and it's also just ready to attack if something comes near you. Because it knows you're food man, so I think you've got a well-established relationship. If nothing else, you're both hiding in the same bush.
Zombie or not, nobody wants a squirrel up their pants. Like
after John is Nim Nim Nim, as these ghouls come towards you.
Where am I at in relation to everyone right now? John's
You were all in a cluster, yeah, but John ducked away like 15 feet. Everyone else is still sort of in a little cluster together.
I'm gonna walk up like half that distance.
15 feet? Like in front of the group?
Well, halfway to John.
Oh, so you're going to the side, not towards the ghouls. Getting out of the way of these things.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm small, he's small, maybe we can hide and they'll attack the tall guys.
And I'm gonna burrow like 3 feet down.
Yeah, you can burrow. You start just digging in the dirt here, shoving your face in the ground.
I'm like 3.5 feet tall, right? So I'm
Yeah.
gonna burrow down
And just hide.
buckler and kind of make a little cap.
So like a couple inches sticking out. So like your tail and like a little bit of your butt. Yeah, because you're I assume your face down. Like you maybe like a toe. Alright, reloaded rat. That leads to our ghouls, who can now approach at least the first 2. I'll let the other ones be a little bit farther behind. But the first 2 weaker, sort of halfway burnt ones are going to come up on whoever was in front. That's going to be Bernie and Kay, because Nim Nim and John moved to the side. So I'll give one on Bernie, one on Kay. Bernie, I got a 21.
That's 100% hit.
It does 5 damage. And then I need you to roll a fortitude save.
Alright, and 18 plus my flirt.
That's going to be high enough, no matter what you only roll above a 13, so you're good. You do not get ghoul fever, but now I need you to roll a constitution save to not get paralyzed.
It's 14 all day.
You only had to beat a 13, so just barely. You just barely evade paralysis. So you neither get sick or paralyzed, you just take 5 damage. So now that 5 damage doesn't sound so bad, does it? But you do get bit by a ghoul with their sharp, ghastly fangs, and they stank real bad, boy. The other one goes against Kay. I rolled much lower though. I only rolled an 8 versus your AC, which I'm sure is lower than your AC, because no one's AC is at 8 at this point. So this one just bites at you and misses. And then comes your turn, Kay. So you're within 5 feet of one of the burnt boys right now.
Okay.
One's like all up in your shit.
So if I threw a bomb at the further ones, I would take an attack of opportunity.
From the one up on you, yes, but then you might damage all 4 of the ones coming from behind. So, and you don't want to throw it any closer or you'd hurt yourself or your allies, but you can hit the ones in the back.
You know what? I'm gonna risk it.
If nothing else, it's going to fuck up the guys behind these guys, which is great for you, the whole group.
Of all the people, you're gonna risk this? Of course you are.
Yeah.
That's
Case with Shimon steady with the bombs. Tossing grenades.
23 against touch AC.
It's a definite hit for these fucking ghouls, because they have no armor, they're just gross.
Okay, so...
Unless I'll let you hit the 4 in the back, so that's all 4 of them even, that aren't already hurt.
The next one is going to get... Shit, yeah, the main center one is going to get 12 damage.
Ooh,
and then,
almost dead. I'll say that one's even crawling now, because you knock it down so much. You just take it out of his legs.
And then all the others in 10-foot radius are going to take 6 damage.
Alright, still pretty good.
But I'm going to take a hit.
I didn't roll very high. I rolled 9 plus 3. It's a 12.
Not going to hit.
Now on to Bernie. You see that most of the ghouls are weakened now. One's like almost dead. But Kay is getting 8 up on, and you're getting 8 up on, so you probably want to fight the one right in front of you, I would assume, there, Bernie. The one in front of you is within 5 feet. It's in point blank range if you have that feat.
I rolled the nat 20.
So roll that critical damage.
9 all day.
Oh, that's enough to kill one. So you're no longer being immediately threatened. So then that was Bernie. So John, you're still in the bush with your reaction, and I mean, your rat's later, but you're in the bush with the reaction. They're still not close enough to you to hit. So you got 15 feet away, and now you see a Bernie and Kay fucking with this shit, and they seem to be doing a pretty good job.
Oh, I thought I was running towards them to hide in the bush. That was between us.
You want to be up in the shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so none of them have attacked you, but if you want to jump out of a bush and attack one now since it's your turn, go for it. I thought you were trying to hide from them. They didn't come in the bush after you. They went for the easy food.
Oh, fuck, I rolled a nat 1.
You jump out of the bush, one of them sees you. I rolled really low, though. I only rolled a 10 versus your AC. So all you do is lose this turn, basically. One bites at you and misses. So you're no longer hidden. And now there's a zombie within 5 foot of you. So now, you have to prepare for attacks opportunity and all the bullshit that comes with that. After John comes Nim Nim, or also near...
I'm still ass up like 3 feet down right now.
Yeah, you can keep digging if you want.
I'm gonna keep digging. Oh, my full barrel speed is 10.
You can go half of that right. You can go 5 feet right now because of roots and shit.
Well, no, I don't want to go that deep. I just wanted to go deep enough the first time we got like.
You can go up to 5 feet. If you only want 6 inches, you can go 6 inches. Do you want to make a big enough hole that you can turn around so you can go face out?
Yeah.
All right.
I want something that's like.
I'll let you use your whole move to make a little burrow hole, turn around, face out.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I'm basically fortifying myself and ready to
You can see what's going on. If anyone comes near your hole, you can stab.
Yeah.
But other than that, you want to be left alone.
Yes.
Okay, I'll allow
Because there's bombs being.
Yeah, all kinds of shit's going on outside. Yeah, it's just going wild. You don't like these people, and there's bad things happening. Hide in a hole. It's a great strategy.
I know.
Then we go back to the actual rat. You see your master being attacked, your friend, your feeder. Usually you would flee from danger, but in this instance you might defend your loyal animal companion. But yeah, you've readied your action to do the pants thing. If you want to do the pants attack, you can now.
Oh, yeah. You know it. Yeah.
He's on your boy.
It's this guy.
So you can do that, and then because that was a ready action, you can do another thing on top of that if you want. So you can get 2 moves in this turn, because I forgot that you had that ready.
So I'm going to do that pants thing 16.
My AC is only a 14, so...
And then, so he's entangled now.
Alright, so he can't move from this spot. You're pinning him down, and you can also do one other standard if you like, because, like I said, I forgot you had that ready action. So if you want to do another standard after that, as Archduke Ferdinand.
It's going to bite 17.
That's a bite on a ghoul. They got very thin flesh. Won't taste great.
And that bite does about 5 damage.
That's good damage on a ghoul. They're not very strong creatures. And it'll maybe even help distract them from attacking your master. It can't hurt. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left now. At least 4 of them attack, and one in the back be just fucked up in a tree. So everyone's gonna get 1 attack on them right now. 21 versus K. Hits.
Yep.
5 damage. And then a fortitude save.
Alright. That's gonna be... Oh shit, a 10.
You're gonna take 1 con damage, at least till you rest 1 night. And you're gonna take 1 dex damage, at least till you rest 1 night. Oh, these are 2 separate, so you can only heal, so it'll be 2 nights. 1 for the con damage, 1 for the, you can only heal 1 thing a night. So you got 2 nights worth of ability score damage there. And you have to roll a cure save twice to get rid of this poison, or this disease. So you're sick with ghoul fever until further notice.
It was 5 HP.
5 HP you've lost. And then I need a constitution save also, to see if you're paralyzed.
Alright, that's gonna be 18.
High enough. You're good. So yeah, you're not paralyzed either. I rolled an 11 versus John, which is probably a miss versus your AC, I assume.
Yep.
Ghoul does not get you. I rolled a 19 versus Bernie.
That's a hit.
Oh, you take 7. You take 7 damage.
I'm passed out at that point.
All right, Bernie's got bit. He's down. I still need you to roll a fortitude save. See if you also get diseased. Ghouls, man.
It's an 18 plus.
18 plus anything is gonna be high enough to not get ghoul fever, which is good because if you get ghoul fever and die, you become a ghoul. Well, now roll me a Constitution save to see if you get paralyzed.
17 plus.
You're good. Anything it's going to be higher than 13, so you're already good. I got a 20 on Nim Nim, not natural.
Can I get myself like covered?
Yeah, this thing tries to get you, but you're in a hole. So you just like got out of the tunnel part and went into like the hole part. You backed up when this ghoul tried to bite you. You just like got farther in your hole and it like just it's like grabbing at you. It's not like reaching hands in there. You can see its face at the top of your hole, like and its teeth gnashing, but it can't reach you. You just went to the safety of the hole in the bottom that you dug your turn around in. All right, there's one zombie that doesn't attack anybody because he's like in the back trying to. He's like he can't get past all the other ghouls to get you. And then we go back to Archduke Ferdinand, the Chihuahua-sized rat. You're right there. You're biting the zombie that's attacking your ally. You can keep doing that. You can, you do love John. If it bit you, you might want to run away. But this time, so far you've bit it. It hasn't fucked with you. So if you want to go for it,
Yeah, the rat's just gonna take another bite at it since it hasn't really been like smacked or anything.
obviously people are tastier than rats.
10.
That's a miss, unfortunately. So you bite it, and it's moving around too much now. Okay.
I run up to Bernie and pour a potion of Cure Light Wounds down his throat. 1d8 plus 1, so that's 6 plus 1, so he gets 7 hit points back.
I feel like that's going to bring you back up, Bernie. You tell me about it. I think you're only a couple below.
Bernie like does
You like cough up some blood.
For a minute, I sneeze a couple times, I jump up and I give that motherfucker like a big kiss on the cheek.
All right, Kate. Roll me acrobatics to reach Kay's cheek, because she's about, or either climb.
It's 12 total.
You like climb up and then kiss underneath the boob of Case Chimin to thank for bringing you back to life.
Oh, everybody loves a nice underboob.
While he does that, I got a 21 versus your AC from the ghoul in the area.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
That's 5 damage, and then I need you to roll a fortitude save.
Fort save, here we go. Oh shit, that was a nat 20?
Alright, so you don't get ghoul fever. Roll me a constitution save, not get paralyzed.
13.
Oh, just barely. You even like get that tingly, numb feeling for a second, but you're not paralyzed. And then it's on to Bernie.
I'll shoot that motherfucker
Point blank range.
with my crossbow and...
You have to roll shitty to miss this. I'll even consider them flat-footed, so yeah, you're good. I only beat a 12.
4.
That's enough to knock that one out. So you guys only have 4 of these ghouls left. The same number as you. That's good odds. If you guys are all alive. After Bernie comes John.
So I'm gonna run and pool that's attacking Kay and Bernie.
So there are, yeah, you can do that. That's one of the 2 weaker ones. So yeah, there's one weaker one on you and one weaker one on them. So 3 about halfway beat up and 2 that look like they're like down the ground crawling. Do you want to take out one that's like crawling that's probably at 1 or 2 HP? Or do you want to attack one that's higher HP, which you may or may not kill, but if you take them out, it's probably a way bigger deal. Because they're walking around and you want to take a more strong guy out. Okay, I respect that. Go for it. You take a walker out, we'll say. Oh my gosh. Well, then the one that gets to bite, you run towards one of the stronger ones and it tries to bite at you. You should have chose a weaker one, obviously. That's only a 19 versus your AC. Does that beat your AC?
Yeah.
Alright, so you still take oh, I'm sorry. It's only 7 damage. So still might take you down.
It's still...
Alright.
I'm assuming we didn't heal up after the whole hijinks, right? Yeah.
No, yeah, you guys like lit a fire and then left. Kate didn't give you guys time to rest again after that, so yeah.
So then I'm down.
Roll me the fortitude save to not get zombie disease at least.
That is a 13.
Just barely enough. Roll me a con save to not get paralyzed.
An 11.
Oh, well then you are paralyzed. You can't move anything, like below your neck. You can't move your arms or legs. It's only for a number of rounds. It's not very long. It's short-term paralysis. And if you're unconscious for more than 2 rounds, you won't even know. But if someone wakes you up, for the next 2 rounds, you can't move your arms or legs. Now, if you're unconscious that whole time, it won't make any difference because you're passed out and you'll never even know that happened. After John comes Nim Nim, if you want to fuck with this thing.
I didn't have one still down in the hole that just kind of like reached in and then missed and then did other shit.
You can fuck with that one, or you can dig towards the other one. If you're called there, there's either you can fuck with a weak one or a strong one. The one coming to your hole is a strong one. If you're willing to use your move to burrow to a weak one, you can burrow to a weak one and fuck it up.
I'm gonna go for the strong one.
That's fair. Go for the glory.
Nope.
Is it higher than 12?
No.
Oh, was it a 1?
That was
oh.
3.
Oh, then there's nothing horrible happens. You just don't hit anything. After Nim Nim comes Archduke Ferdinand.
I'm assuming it's just like freaking the fuck out because it just saw me get bit and pass out.
It can either react in fear, flight or fight. It can react however you feel like it's an animal it would.
On the pant leg of that other guy, is there like a tree nearby?
You can climb? Yeah, you can climb. Yeah, you're in the middle of a forest. You can climb.
Yeah, I was just gonna climb 20 feet up a tree.
That's way out of zombie reach, and ghouls don't seem smart to climb. So unless they get really hungry for rat meat, they seem way more interested in the humans or in the humanoids. Now onto my ghouls. I got a 17 versus K.
Nope.
13 versus John. I got a 19 versus Nim Nim. You're still in the hole, but I still attacked you. Oh, you get a bonus, so it's a instead of a 19, that'd be a 17.
That misses, but I'm gonna try to parry that. It's one of my points.
Swashbuckler, I like it. You use one of your points. Yeah, you're allowed to. That's what points are for.
I attempt to parry that attack. Swashbuckler makes an attack roll as if I were making an attack of opportunity.
So you just roll basically a normal attack outside of turn. You get an extra attack because you can parry. It's only because you use that point.
Natural 1.
It's going to try to bite you down the hole, but I rolled only a 12, which doesn't beat your AC, I assume. And you still get a normal attack because that was a bonus point. Used a point to do that one. So
I'm rolling really bad. 11.
Just barely a miss. It was only 12 because there's a bunch of shit going on. So you only did, but still barely a miss. So it was a miss. A near miss is still a miss. They should call it a near hit. Not an almost miss. It definitely missed. After Nim Nim goes back to Archduke Ferdinand, unless his name has changed.
I think it feels safe. It's just gonna stay there.
You're 20 feet up in a tree, so you're safe.
Surveying the battlefield.
They'll only come after you when all the other food's gone, so you're safe for the time being. This time I have 5, so we'll say everyone gets attacked once. So I got a 14 versus K.
Nope.
I got a 16 versus John.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh, I rolled high again. That's 7 damage for John.
So, am I gonna be outright killed if I go?
If you're under 0, you're only unconscious. You're only outright killed if you're negative your constitution total.
Yeah, I'm still unconscious.
Alright, so you are knocked out. So that one bites you. You're down. You're a nice fattened calf of a human. You knew that pot belly did not pay off. That's what happened. Roll me a fortitude save. Yeah. The guy's like, pot belly. Roll me a fortitude save to not get sick with ghoul fever.
Oh, that's only a 9. We're 5.
You're going to take 2 constitution damage, at least temporarily, till you sleep 2 times. And you're going to take 2 dex damage, which you have to sleep 2 different nights to heal that. So 2 con damage, 2 dex damage. And if you die before you save 2 times to heal from this disease, you might wake up as a ghoul the next midnight. You definitely don't want to continue having this disease. Earlier, case with Shimon, that reminds me, you had this disease earlier. Do you want to roll one of your saves now to either prevent or continue this disease?
Yeah, what am I rolling against?
Fortitude. 2 successful, so this will be one of your 2 successful ones if you succeed. Higher than 13? Yep, you got it. So that's 1 down. 1 more good save and you won't have ghoul fever. So you're good for the time being. John went, so now we're on Nim Nim. You're in your hole, you see all this happening. There's a rat up in the tree above. A bunch of your allies are getting bit. Things are going to shit, but you're safe in your hole. Unless you do otherwise. You get good cover.
Okay, so is there anybody conscious within 30 feet of me?
I assume I am.
Yeah, for sure. No one got very far away. You were closest to John, but you could easily go 15, 20 feet and still reach Kay or Bernie. The closest one is the one reaching in your hole, and it's one of the strongest ones. Pretty much everyone getting attacked is getting attacked by a stronger one except John.
I'm gonna have to attack that one that's right there.
To get out of your hole? Either way, if you burrow farther away, yeah, come out somewhere else.
I'm gonna try to attack it again.
I'll say, because you have the advantage of the hole, roll higher than 12, you can hit it.
Oh, 22.
It's dumb, you know how holes work, you wait till it it's stupid and you poke it. Roll that damage. If you roll higher than 7 damage, you'll get it right a headshot and take it out. If you roll lower, then it'll still be alive, but you'll have gotten in the eye or nose or something and just barely miss the brain.
6.
Ooh, just barely. It's still alive. You stabbed like right at the nose and just barely missed the brain somehow. But you did a lot of damage. It's like you can now move it left or right with your sword if you wanted to, while your turn's over. It's near death. It can't walk or attack you. It's just like trying to bite at you, and you're like larger kids do to smaller kids, where like you can put your hand on their head and hold them at bay. You're using your sword to keep the ghoul's teeth at bay. After Nim Nim goes Archduke Ferdinand, unless his name has changed. Yeah, ride with it.
John's not here to.
Yeah, he's gotta be awake to change the name, and yeah, things. It's also like a situation has to change. Like in different cities, his name changes, stuff like that. Like depending on the environment, indoors, outdoors.
Could I have bonus action yell to the rat?
You have a free action to yell. Yeah, that's fine.
To tell it to bite the thing in front of me.
Yeah, that's fine, and it'll follow that command unless the rat has a natural inclination not to.
Why not?
Yeah, easy order to follow. It's not even an order. It's an easy suggestion. You're gonna do it anyway. It's encouragement. You go, boy.
We'll climb down and try to chomp that ghoul's butt while it's like bending over in the hole.
You want to do something really cool? You can do an acrobatics out of the tree and like leap at it, like do something really cinematic.
Yeah, like flying squirrel style.
This is what I like. All right, Archduke Ferdinand from flying like jumps down into the butt.
Dude.
That's probably not gonna. It's a 10.
Oh, you miss. You land. Well, luckily that was just the acrobatics. So you land short. You jump out of the tree. You don't land in the zombie's butt. You land on the ground. Roll me a reflex save because you climbed 20 feet up. So just not take damage. Roll me a reflex save.
This rat's hardy.
You take 9 damage if you fail. You take 4 damage if you succeed.
Fucking Jesus Christ! It was something else.
Did you get that one?
Oh yeah, I rolled a nat 1.
Oh. So you take 9 damage on that rat. It's falling. You jumped out of the tree. You tried to do something cool. You didn't land in a butt. You like hit the ground. You take 9 damage. Is your rat still walking around after 9 damage? He's unconscious. All right, you like hit his head on a rock. Now it's on to my ghouls. I'm only gonna let 2 attack. I'm gonna say they're both on K because I'm just feeling. I got a 9 and a 13 on K, both too low, I assume. My other ghouls are too weak. They're just crawling around. They're trying to attack, but unless you like get up in their mouths, they're gonna have a hard time because they're such low HP. There's only like 2 really problematic ghouls. The other 2 are, unless you really fuck up, can't hurt you unless you're like in their proximity. So that their turn is over. We go on to K.
So if I cast a spell, that's an attack of opportunity anyways, right?
At this range, yes, because you have to move your arms around and shit. You want to risk it.
Alright.
Unless you have a hero point or a hero point to make sure that it goes well for you. I'd let a hero point and make sure this goes well.
Yes, I do have a hero point. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to throw a bomb at 15 feet away where it catches the 2 that are on me.
If you catch a 2 on you, you might damage yourself. You can either damage all 3 of the ones about to die and risk your other allies, or hit the 2 that are on you and risk yourself.
I'm going to get them with the splash.
No one gets full damage, right?
But, correct.
Alright.
But I'm going to take the attack of opportunity from them.
Got a 13 and a 20 not natural.
The 20 not natural will hit.
It's 5 damage.
I'm unconscious.
Alright, I need a fortitude save.
But I assume I see the bomb, it's going to hit.
Yeah, it's going to hit and do damage. Yeah.
19.
You don't have the fever. Roll me a con save to not be paralyzed for a number of rounds.
9.
Only for another round, so it's very short term. Both you and John can't move for at least 6 seconds, even if someone wakes you up while you're both unconscious. Oh, 6 damage, alright. It's up to Bernie and Nim Nim to save the day. 5 ghouls almost dead. It would literally take 1 hit to take them all out.
I will bolt from my crossbow, kind of walk up while walking to like one of my buddies that I need to heal.
You've only got to be to 12 AC to pop this off, but then your stand will be done, so you can't heal this turn, but you can be close to someone for next turn.
So my initial hit is 4 plus
anything will be a hit, so yeah, you're already good. You're going to take 1 out. You're going to do more than 1 damage, so that one's down. And you're close enough to heal someone next turn.
Tune in next time for more Constant Chronicle Chaos Egg.
This episode of Long Distance Dungeons & Dragons Dinner Theater was sponsored by our fans and friends on Patreon. Donate today. Keep Long Distance Dungeons & Dragons Dinner Theater alive.